Good morning, students. Welcome back to social class. How are you, students? I hope you all are fine and safe by the grace of God. Students, in the last class, we discussed about Geography Lesson 6, is it? I completed that lesson and also I gave all the book exercises. Students, I hope you learned that all exercises also. And also, I gave the map question. Is it, student? Did you do that map, students? I hope you did that maps. Students, that map, you will keep the map file. Okay. Okay, students. Today, I am going to teach one new lesson. Okay. From economics part, I am going to teach economic lesson 4. Okay. From economics part, today I am going to teach economics lesson 4. Okay. The topic is government and taxes. Economics lesson 4, government and taxes. Okay. From this lesson, we are going to learn about the role of the government and development policies, then about the taxes and its types, then how tax is levied, black money and tax evasion, difference between the tax and other payments, then taxes and its development. These are the things we are going to learn in this lesson. Okay. Students, from this lesson, today we are going to learn about introduction, role of government in development policies, tax system, then why taxes. These are the things today we are going to learn. Okay. First of all, I am going to explain introduction about this lesson. Okay, the government and taxes. Students, before that, I am going to explain what is tax. Before that, I am going to explain what is tax. Okay, tax is a compulsory financial charge. It is levied once annual income paid directly to the government. Listen, students, tax is a compulsory financial charge levied once annual income paid directly to the government. Okay. Now listen here. The tax is levied by government for the development of the state economy. For the development of state economy, the tax is levied by the government. Okay. Then the revenue of the government depends upon direct and indirect taxes. Our government depend upon direct and indirect taxes. Direct taxes are levied on income of a person. Okay, direct taxes are levied on income of the person, and the indirect taxes are levied on goods and services by which the government mobilizes its financial resources. Listen very careful, students. Tax is levied by government. That means for the development of state's economic condition, tax is levied by the government, and also the government depends upon two types of taxes. Okay, direct taxes and indirect taxes. Direct taxes are levied on the income by the person, and indirect taxes are levied on goods and services. Okay. First of all, we are going to learn about the role of government in development policies. First of all, we are going to learn about the role of government in development policies. From here, there are 6 policies are we are going to learn now. Okay. The first one is defense. Listen very careful, students. The first one is defense. The first policy is defense. Okay. This is an essential security function. Defense is one of the important security function to protect our nation from our enemies. It protect the defense department protect our nation from all the enemies. Okay. Then the union government is responsible for creating and maintaining defense forces. Which government is maintaining? Union government. Okay, the union government is responsible for creating the maintaining defense forces. Okay. Then the second one is foreign policy. The second one is foreign policy. We need to maintain friendly relationship with all other countries in the world, is it? We need to maintain relationship with all the countries. So we should maintain the cordial economic relationship through some of the areas. That means, listen very careful students, we need to maintain relationship with all the countries. So we should maintain the cordial economic relationship through exports and imports, sending and receiving investment and labor. How we will maintain friendly relationship with one country to other country? To maintain the economic relationship, okay, through exports and imports. Through export and imports we can improve the friendly relationship with other country. Then sending and receiving investment. Through sending and receiving investment we can improve the relationship with one country to other country. And labor, that means the people they are doing work to one country, they go to other country and they are working that particular country, or they are doing business to other country. Okay, through these ways we can maintain the relationship with the other country. Okay, then these services also provided by the union government. Okay, the defense forces also are responsible to create and maintain union government. The foreign policy also maintained by the government, that means union government. Okay, then the third one is conduct of periodic elections. The third one is conduct of periodic election. Periodic means regular. Okay, conduct of regular election. Okay, now listen students, India is a democratic country, is it? What is mean by democracy, students? Very good. Democracy is the form of government by the people, for the people and of the people, is it? So we elect our representatives through parliament and the state assemblies. Okay, the people directly elect their representatives to the parliament and the state assemblies. Similarly, the state governments conduct the election to local bodies. That means within the state also, the state government conduct the election to the local bodies. Okay, then the third one is law and order. The fourth one is law and order. Okay, both the union government and the state governments enact the laws to protect our rights, our properties, and to regulate our economic condition and our society. Okay, the union and state governments pass some numerous laws. Okay, enact means to pass. Okay, the union and the state government to pass some of the laws. Why they pass the laws? To protect our rights. Okay, the government, why they pass the laws? To protect our rights, then to protect our properties. Okay, then to regulate our economic condition, then to improve our society. Because of all these things, our union and state government pass some of the laws. Okay, and also to settle some of the disputes, the union government has vibrant judicial system. Vibrant means strong. Vibrant means strong. Okay, during the disputes, that means during the war, during the disputes from one state to other state, or one country to other country, one territory to other territory, during this war or disputes, the union government has some of the strong judicial system to settle that particular problems. To settle particular problems, the union government has a strong judicial system. Okay, and also the state government only take responsibility for administrating the police department. Okay, in the respective states, that means in the all states, that means the state government only take all responsibility for administrate the police force in all the states. Okay, then the fifth one is public administration and provision of public goods. The fifth one is public administration and provision of public goods. Okay. Now listen students, the government administrated the economic condition and society through various departments. Okay. Each state's government administrated that particular state's economic conditions and their society through some of the departments. For example, revenue department, schools, hospitals, rural development and urban development. Through some of the various departments, the government administrated that particular state's economic and social condition. That means their society. The important departments are revenue department, schools, hospitals, rural development and urban development. Okay. And also the local government also provide some of the things. For example, public goods like local roads, drainage system, drinking water system, then waste collection and disposal. These are the things are doing the local bodies. Okay, the local government. Okay. Then the sixth one is redistribution of income and poverty. The sixth one is redistribution of income and poverty alleviation. Alleviation means an action. Okay, taking an action. Okay, listen students, the government collect various taxes to finance and various activities. Okay, the government the government are collecting some of the taxes. Okay, through some of the activities, the government is collecting some of the taxes. The taxes are collected in a way that the high income people can bring in more tax. Okay, the taxes are collected by the government to the government by high income people. That means the high income people, from high income people they are collecting more taxes, and from poor people they are collecting less amount of taxes. Okay, and also the government spend money such that poor, that means are given some basic necessities like they are giving food for the poor people, shelter for their clothing, education, health care, monthly income. These are the things are giving to the very poor person. Okay, thus collecting taxes and spending for the poor to reduce poverty. Now listen students, why the government is collecting, how the government is collecting the taxes? The government is collecting the high income people to more tax. Okay, the government collected high income people to more tax and low income people to less tax. And also that particular money is used for poor people. That means they are giving food, shelter, cloth, education, health care, okay, to the poor person. That means they are spending that tax money to reduce the poverty. The government spend the taxes money for the taxes to reduce the poverty. Okay, then the last one is regulate the economy. The last one is regulate the economy. Okay, listen students, the Union government through the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, the Union government through the Reserve Bank of India controls money supply and controls the interest rate. That means that through the Union Reserve Bank of India, the Union government controls money supply and controls the interest rate. For example, inflation and foreign exchange rate. Inflation means rise of the price level. Okay, rise in price level and foreign exchange rate. Okay, then the main objective of the government is to remove too much of fluctuation in these rates. Fluctuation means rising and falling. Okay, the tax system is rising and falling. Okay, want to remove that system. Okay, then the union government also controls the economy through various other agencies. Okay, the union government controls the economy through some of the agencies. The important agencies such as Securities Exchange Board of India and Competition Commission of India. Okay, through various agencies, the union government control the economic condition. Mainly, through the Security Exchange Board of India and Competition Commission of India, the government controls the economic condition. Okay, then the next one is tax. The next one is tax. Okay, tax. The origin of word tax is from taxation. From taxation, the tax word was originated. That means estimate. Okay, which means an estimate. Estimate, that means judgment about size, cost, etc. To estimate, that means judgment about size, cost, etc. Okay, now listen students, taxation is a means by which government finance their expenditure by imposing charges on citizens and cooperative entities. Taxation, it is a means by the government finance the how much they are expending. Okay, by they are expending by imposing charges on citizens. Citizens means in that particular states people are countries people and the cooperatives. Okay, then the main purpose of taxation is to accumulate funds. Accumulate means collect. Okay, to the main purpose of taxation is to collect the funds for the functioning of the government machinery. The main purpose of taxation is to collect funds for the functioning of the government machinery. Okay, then taxes are compulsory payments. Taxes are compulsory payments to the government. Okay, without any expectation, we should pay the taxes to the government. Okay, directly and indirectly we are paying the taxes. That means direct tax means our income. Directly we are paying our income. Indirect taxes means from goods and services the government is collecting the taxes. Okay, anyway, taxes are compulsory payments to the government. Okay, without any expectation of the government. Okay, directly we should pay the taxes to the government. Compulsory we should pay the taxes. Okay, for example, Professor Seligman, he is one of the professor. He defined as a tax is a compulsory contribution from a person to the government. He mentioned tax is a compulsory contribution from a person to the government to defray means provide money to pay. Okay, the expenses incurred in the common interest for all. Incurred means lose money. Okay, anyway, the taxes are compulsory payments to the government. Okay, without any expectation, we must pay the taxes to the government. Okay, then the next one is the tax system. Next one is the tax system. Okay, now listen students, every type of tax has some advantages and disadvantages also. Every type of taxes has advantages and disadvantages also. Okay, so we have a tax system. Okay, so we have a tax system that is a collection of variety of taxes. Okay, each type of taxes has some advantages and disadvantages. So we have a tax system. That tax system is a collection of variety of taxes. For example, from Adam Smith, he is one of the economists. Okay, Adam Smith, he is one of the economists, and many other economists also give list of canons of taxation. Canons means accepted rules. Some of the rules. Okay, some of the accepted rules. Okay, there some of the economists were given some of the accepted rules for taxation. Now we can discuss about some of the important canons of taxation. Okay, the first one is canon of equity. The first one is canon of equity. Equity means being fair and impartial. Equity means being fair and impartial. Okay, listen students, since tax is a compulsory payment, is it? Everyone must pay the tax. Okay, so since tax is a compulsory payment, so all economists were agree that equity is the cardinal principle in designing the tax system. Cardinal, that means essential one. Okay, all the economists were agree that to pay the tax, that is one of the essential principle in designing the tax system. Okay, the rich people were pay more tax revenue to the government comparing poor people. Okay, because the rich people has ability to pay. Is it their income is more? So the rich people has ability to pay the taxes, but the poor people unable to pay the taxes. So the government collected from the rich people in heavy tax and collected the poor people in low tax. Okay, then the second one is canon of certainty. Second one is canon of certainty. That means sure or confident. Certainty means sure or confident. Okay, listen students, government should announce in advance the tax system. Okay, advancedly the government announce the tax system. So every taxpayer will be able to calculate how much tax amount one person have to pay during a year to the government. Listen very careful students. Advancedly the government announced the tax system. Okay, so everyone want to pay the tax. So we should able to calculate how much tax amount one person to pay during a year to the government. Okay, then the third one is canons of economy and convenience. And the third one is canons of economy and convenience. Okay, listen students, if the tax is simple, the cost of collecting taxes will be very low. Okay, if the tax is simple, the cost of collecting taxes will be very low. Okay, further, tax should be collected from a person at the time he gets enough money to pay tax. So, the tax will be collected from the person at the time that particular person get enough money. That means when we are getting money or getting salary, that particular time the government should collected the taxes from particular persons. Okay, this is called canon of convenience. This is called canon of convenience. Okay, the convenience tax reduce the cost of collecting tax also. Okay, the convenience tax will reduce the cost of collecting taxes. Okay, then the fourth one is canons of productivity and elasticity. Listen very careful students. The fourth one is canons of productivity and elasticity. Okay, elasticity that means changes of income, goods and services, etc. Okay, listen student, government should choose the taxes to get enough tax revenue, and also the government should choose a few taxes that can fetch more tax revenue instead of lots of taxes. Okay, this is canon productivity. This is canon productivity. Okay, tax is paid by the people out their incomes. Out of our incomes we are paying the taxes. Okay, therefore the tax system should be designed in such a way that the people automatically pay more tax revenue if their incomes grow. That means according to one person's income, the government designed the tax for that particular person. Okay, those who are getting more income, that person want to pay more taxes. Already I explained, is it? Those who are getting income very low, that person will pay the low taxes. Okay, anyway, the tax system should be designed in such a way that the people automatically pay more tax revenue if their incomes grow. Okay, this is called canon of elasticity. This is called canon of elasticity. Okay, then the next one is why taxes. Why taxes? Why should we pay the taxes to the government? Okay, listen students, state and their functional equivalents throughout history have used money provided by taxation to carry out many functions. Okay, the government throughout the history we know the things. That means the government provided. That means the government get through some of the areas. The government get the tax. Is it that tax money where the government spend for some of the areas? That means the government functioning through that tax money. Okay, the government doing something. That means for the purpose of for the benefit of our state or people, for the improvement of the people or societies, the government is giving some of the policies. Okay, that all policies where government are fulfilled through these tax money. Okay, so some of these include expenditures on economic infrastructure and some of the areas. That means in transportation, sanitation, public safety, education, healthcare system, military area, scientific research, culture, art, public works, public insurance. Okay, through these all areas the government has spent the monies. Okay, so the government collected the taxes and spent the money through all these areas. That means improve the education, public safety, healthcare system, then improve the culture of the state, then public works. Okay, these are the things the government doing through this taxation. Okay, then when expenditures exceed tax revenue, government accumulated debt. Okay, when exceed tax revenue, that means expenditures exceed tax revenue. That means when the one government want to spend more expenditure, that particular government accumulated debt. Okay, a portion of taxes may be used to service past debts. So, the government also use the taxes to fund welfare and public services. Okay, these services can include education system, pensions for elder people, unemployment benefits and public transportation, energy, water and waste management system, and also common public utilities. Listen very careful, students. The government use the taxes, that means use the tax money through some of the services. That means improving education system, pension for the elder people, unemployment people get benefits through that tax money, public transportation, energy, water, waste management. Some of the common public also they are using this particular tax money. Okay. Then listen, students, the taxation in India has its roots from the period of Manusmriti and Arthashastra. That means the taxation, this tax system is followed during the ancient period itself. That means Manusmriti, Arthashastra, that period, that only the roots of the taxation. Okay, that period only the roots of the taxation. So at present also the Indian tax system is based on the ancient tax system. At present also, the Indian government followed the ancient tax system. Okay, can you understand, students? The continuation of this lesson, I will teach the next class. Shall we recall the points? Students, now we learned about tax, is it? Students, what is tax? Tax is a compulsory financial charge levied one's annual income paid directly to the government. Is it? Next, we learned about the definition of tax. That means define tax. One of the 2 mark question. Okay, define tax. Students, tax is levied by government for the development of state's economy. That means for the development of state economy, the government is collecting the taxes. Okay, the taxes of government depends upon 2 types: direct taxes and indirect taxes. Is it 2 types of taxes? What are the 2 types of taxes? Very good. Direct taxes and indirect taxes. Okay. Direct taxes means the taxes are levied on income of the person. Okay, one particular person. Indirect taxes means the taxes are levied on goods and services. Okay. Then next we learned about the role of government in development policies. From here, 7 policies we learned. Is it? The first one is the defense. That means the union government only maintaining and creating responsible for the defense forces. Okay, that means the main duty of the defense forces is to protect our nation from our enemies. Okay, then secondly we learned about the foreign policy. That means we need to maintain friendly relationship with one country to other country. That means the whole world's country we need to maintain the relationship. Okay, so we should maintain the relationship means through some of the areas we can improve. For example, through export and imports we can improve the relationship with other country, and sending and receiving investment and labor we can improve the relationship with our country to other country, or one country to other country. Okay, then the third one is conduct of periodic election. India is the democratic country. Is it, students? What is not democracy? Democracy means it is a form of government by the people, of the people, and for the people. Is it? That means the people are elected their representatives. Okay, the people only elected their representatives through the parliament or the state assembly. Okay, the local bodies also they conduct within the state. The local bodies also conduct the election directly. Okay, direct election. Then next we learned about law and order. That means both the union government and the state government also pass some of the law and order to protect our rights, our properties, to regulate the economic condition and to improve the society. The union and the state government pass some of the laws. Okay, then next we learned about public administration and provision of public goods. That means the government administrated the economic condition and the society through some of the departments. What are the departments, students? Revenue department, schools, hospitals, rural development and urban development. Okay, then next we learned about the redistribution of income and poverty alleviation. That means the government collect various taxes. These taxes are collected in the way of high income people than more tax. Okay, the high income people want to pay more tax, and the low income people, that means the poor people want to pay the less amount of taxes. That particular tax money were spent for the poor people. That means giving some of the necessities for food, shelter, clothing, education, health care to the poor person. Okay, mostly the collecting taxes were spending for the poor people to reduce the poverty. Okay, then finally we learned about regulate the economy. Regulate the economy, that means through Reserve Bank of India, the government regulate the economic condition. Through the Reserve Bank of India, the government regulate the income of the economic condition. For example, through some of the agencies, the government regulate the economic condition. For example, the Securities Exchange Board of India, Competition Commission of India. Through these agencies, the union government regulate the economic condition through the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, then next we learned about the tax. This tax word is originated from taxation, that means estimate. Okay, the taxation, that means estimate. Okay, that means the main purpose of taxation is to accumulate funds for the functioning of the government machinery, to collect funds for the functioning of the government machinery. Okay, and also taxes are compulsory payments, is it? We compulsory want to pay the taxes to the government without any expectation. Okay, directly we want to pay the taxes to the government without any expectation. That is compulsory. Some of the professors, Seligman and some of the economists were mentioned that tax system is the compulsory payments to the government without any expectation. Okay, the next we learned about the tax system. Okay, next we learned about the tax system. That means one of the important economists, Adam Smith, and followed by many economists also give the list of canons of taxation. That means they accepted rules of taxation. There are 4 important rules of taxation we learned: canon of equity, canon of certainty, canons of economy and convenience, and canons of productivity and elasticity. Okay, then finally we learned about why taxes. Is it, students? Finally we learned about why taxes. Why we want to pay the tax? To improve the economic condition of our country or one state and to improve the poor people. That means to eradicate the poverty. Okay, that particular tax money is they are using some of the areas, for example, through education, public safety, healthcare system, scientific research, culture, public works, public insurance. These all areas that particular tax money will used by the government. Okay, then these tax expenditure, when expenditures exceed tax revenue, government are accumulates the debt. Okay, they used the service past debt, and the governments also used the taxes to fund welfare and public services. That means some of the services they are using the taxes. For example, they are using that particular tax money through education system, pension for the elder people, benefit for the unemployment people, public transportation, energy, water, waste management system, some of the common public areas. These all areas they are using the tax money. Okay, these are the things we learned in this particular class, students. The continuation of this lesson I will teach the next class. Okay, now I am going to give some exercises. Take book exercise page, students, page number 325. Page number 326. Page number 326. Choose the correct answer. First one, the three levels of governments in India are union, state and local. A option. Okay, union, state and local. Then the second question, in India taxes are including C option, both A and B taxes. That means direct taxes and indirect taxes. Is it? In India, taxes are including direct tax and indirect tax. So, C option is correct. Okay, both A and B. Then the third one, which is the role of government and development policies? Answer is D option. All the above. That means defense, foreign policy, regulate the economy. These three also the role of government development policies. Is it? So, the answer is all of above. Okay. Then the fourth one is the most common and important tax levied on an individual in India is income tax. Okay, the most common and important tax levied on an individual in India is income tax. Okay. Then students, Roman number 5. Next one, Roman number 5. Give short answers. Roman number 5. Give short answers. First question, define tax. Define tax. Page number 321. Page number 321. Introduction heading. That paragraph fully, tax is levied by government for the development of the state economy. That paragraph fully we will mark. Okay, that paragraph fully. Define tax. Then second question, why we pay tax to the government? Second question, why we pay tax to the government? That question you should refer the guide. Okay, you will refer the guide. You all have the guide. Is it, students? So, second question, why we pay tax to the government? You should refer the guide. Okay, students. The continuation of this lesson I will teach the next class. These question answers you should learn. We will meet the next class. Thank you, students.